First, I just want to say thank you to everyone for coming because this means a lot to the families. I'm already crying.
Okay.
So I want to say that I am many things. I am a wife, I am a best friend, a mother, I'm a good listener, but most of all, I'm a momcologist. Is anybody familiar with that term? My 7-year-old daughter, Careline, was diagnosed with solid pseudopapillary pancreatic tumors. We were told that by surgically removing the tumors, she would be cured. Careline is now 14 years old and has a diagnosis of pancreatic blastoma, which is a rare form of pancreatic cancer. There's very little research and there's no cure. She's had 4 extensive abdominal surgeries, where at one point they moved 20 to 30 tumors from her abdomen. She's had her spleen removed, most of her pancreas, and all of her stomach lining. She's also had 2 additional surgeries, one to add a portacap into her chest for treatment, and one to remove the portacap after treatment. Careline has endured 8 months, horrendous months of chemotherapy, along with 5 weeks of 5 days a week of radiation, total abdominal radiation and pinpoint radiation, where they destroyed her ovaries. My daughter lost the ability to have a child, and all women should have that right and ability to bear a child. She's also missed out on 2 years of school, and while most kids were playing games, climbing trees, or building forts, my daughter was being poked and prodded, and poisonous chemicals were being injected into her little body. She was experiencing pain like no human should ever have to endure. She also had a crazy momcologist that was constantly dousing her with Germex and checking for bruises and rashes. The thermometer became our best friend. We as momcologists, Teresa, she's also a momcologist, we are part of a club. It's the club that nobody really wants to be a part of. Throughout this journey, us momcologists and our children have bonded, and we've become a support system for each other. The worst part of this club is that we also have to stand next to each other as we bury our children. I remember when Careline was little, and I was sitting by her bed one night, and I had told her not to be afraid, that there really was no monsters, that they weren't real. I was so proud to be her hero that night. I remember sitting at Careline's hospital bed one night, and her asking me why I had lied to her about the monsters, because Careline knew that she had a monster inside of her, and she was fighting for her life. Not only is cancer physically and emotionally destructive, it's financially destructive. There's not one family living with this disease or who has lost a child to this disease that is not in financial ruin, or at least headed in that direction. It doesn't seem fair that we're faced with so much, and yet we still have so much financial burden to deal with. With cancer, there are no vacations. There's no amusement parks. There's very little presents. But there is an abundance of bills and obligations and financial responsibilities. So I ask you to please help the families to ease their burden on this journey. We need your support. And I ask you to ask yourselves, if it was your child, who would be the ones helping you? Thank you.